I use social media as an outlet, and I still do that, but I would kind of post things more so for other people. I would, instead of, showing my true colors, I would kind of post with the hopes of, oh, maybe this person will like it, maybe this person will like it, rather than how do I feel about myself. It was more of, I want to be seen as this, but I'm not necessarily this inside.
The photo series Windows is based on the metaphor, eyes are windows to the soul. The photos in this series depict different subjects with painted faces, some with multiple colors, some with one color. All uses tools of symbolism to describe different emotions, traits, or characteristics. To dig deeper into this conversation, today I'm talking to Kirsten Beach, singer, songwriter, and student.
I feel like the majority of people who don't know me, who may feel some connection with me, they do through social media. So through that, I might come off as a very artistic person, someone who is confident and kind of doesn't really care what other people think, and that kind of thing, I would say.
So based off of all these things, being someone who is seen as artistic, as confident, do you think you really are someone who's artistic and confident?
I would say at a point, especially last year and even the beginning of my being in college, I use social media as an outlet, and I still do that, but I would kind of post things more so for other people. I would, instead of, showing my true colors, I would kind of post with the hopes of, oh, maybe this person will like it, maybe this person will like it, rather than how do I feel about myself. It was more of, I want to be seen as this, but I'm not necessarily this inside. There was a point where I was very broken, but on social media, I wanted to look fine. And I think that's when it can be negative, because ultimately I wasn't really that confident in myself at the time. I just posted with the hopes of kind of gaining that. But I feel like that was a point when I realized that I was dropping off. I wasn't the person that, I needed to be, and I had a lot of growth. And at a point I wasn't the confident person, the confident, strong person that people portrayed me as. I was very weak, actually, but in time, I've been working on myself, and now I can confidently say that I am that person, and I'm, becoming more of that person, and what I post is genuine. It's not just, for what, I want this person to see this. It's actually who I am.
Okay, so in the time frame in your life when you weren't as confident as you are now, what state of mind were you in? What traits were basically holding you back from being this confident person?
I would say because, I've gone through a lot of stuff, a lot of death, and I ultimately, my biological father passed away when I was in second grade, and even with my mom got remarried, not, super long after that, but I was holding on to that grief for so long, but I wasn't dealing with it. I was more, pushing it in the back and saying, I'm going to look okay for everyone because that's what I have to do. I have to look strong and I have to act strong, whatever. So I was like, I need to look put together. My whole school year, I need to just do my work, get all those A's, and kind of not really deal with myself, because that's what I need to kind of get through, this stage of my life, which, it sounds good. It looks good on paper, but I wasn't dealing with my own grief. And that was definitely holding me back from being able to be happy and being able to be confident and just being able to be a good person to other people, because I would blame that on why I would act certain ways towards people, but it was my own fault that I wasn't dealing with it. And I was put in situations where I wasn't safe. I wasn't really putting myself first, because I was like, I want to please these friends. I want to please these people. And then that, my world came crashing down when my stepdad passed away then. And so everything was discombobulated. I really didn't know what to do. I felt like my friends were they had been misleading me, and it was just a bunch of just like confusion and things like that. And it really took then for me to understand you actually have to deal with this death like you didn't deal with when, you know, your real dad passed away. I was like, Kirsten, you gotta deal with this on your own because you didn't do that before. And so I deleted social media for about a month, everything. And I was actually working on myself and I was doing things that made me happy. I was writing down goals.
Okay, so once you got back on social media, did you find it basically in any way, was it drawing you back into your old state, or were you just completely to a point where you were just this confident person, like you were just good? You know what I mean?
I would say that when I got back on, I had a whole new, I guess, perspective on it. I never really thought, you know, I'm posting this. I want them to think that I'm doing well, because when I was posting, I was doing well. And even when I was sad and vulnerable, I began to share that with my followers. I started to show how vulnerable I was, and I started to share my stories of what I struggled with so that other people could see that I really wasn't what they thought. I wanted to be real with everyone, and I wanted people to feel like they could connect with me if we had similar struggles and things like that.
At this point in time in your life, is there anything you're specifically working on? As far as traits, as far as emotions, anything you are working to display to the world? Or just within?
I would say at this point in time, I'm still working on, you know, being a better person, being a better friend, being a better daughter, all of those things. But more than anything, I'm trying to continue to just work on being completely happy with myself, completely satisfied with the woman I'm becoming. I want to become stronger. I want to be able to be a person that people can look up to, not for, you know, physical things, not for anything of that nature, but only about my character. I want people to be able to comment on my character in a positive way.